Reinforcing attraction. So you found the perfect guy, and he does not seem very into you. What's a girl to do? Are you just going to give up? Or are you going to try your best to win him over anyway? Most people would at least give it a shot. If you are confident he's the one, after all, why wouldn't you? Why would you not give it a shot in the name of love and potentially finding the man of your dreams if you do so? Thankfully, you have got options. If the instant physical attraction is not out for some reason, you are able to still foster it over time through other means. You're able to pursue other actions to help build up the attraction that you are looking for. These tips will also help as a way to reinforce any attraction that was felt, as well as help with maintaining that attraction that you may develop to prevent it from fading away over time. You have got power in relationships, and that power primarily comes from being able to tell yourself what to do, how to do it, and why to do it the way that you do. If you're ready to get started and start building up that attraction yourself, you'll want to look through this chapter and start implementing them. The best part about these different activities to build and reinforce attraction is that none of them are underhanded. There are all ways that you are able to bond with the other person to help facilitate that bond together that would otherwise develop over time anyway. If you want to be successful in maintaining and reinforcing it, you have to make sure that you are willing to start trying in the first place. Try a few dates. Before you completely write off the idea of mutual attraction, try to get the guy to go on a few dates with you. He may resist the idea of a date if he does not feel attracted to you, and that's okay. You are able to see if he wants to hang out. Do not put any pressure down, and try hanging out together. The more time that you spend together, the more likely that attraction or affection can develop between the two of you. This goes both ways as well. If he likes you and you're not sure, you're able to give it the old college try. Whether you're trying to build up attraction over time or reinforce attraction that you've already developed, having a few dates or hanging out together is one of the greatest ways to do so. You have endless opportunities as well. You could go out to a movie or eat together. You could spend some time playing video games, watching sports, or just about anything else. Whether you choose picking up a coffee or spending your time endlessly chatting about something that you both care about, you will find that you ultimately are on the right track. You will either find out that the attraction is just not there no matter what, at which point there is no reason to push it, or you might find that he is actually interested after all. While that instant attraction is instinctive, you are able to still appeal emotionally to people to get attracted to them in that manner. After all, many men are willing to date someone that may not be their type physically, but have the right mind for them. If you're able to make sure that you've got a personality that works well with the man, you have a real chance. You just have to let it shine. Find humor in your interactions. Another great way to make sure that you have attraction is to find humor. Whether you find a way to make him laugh or you choose to laugh at what he has to say, you will work to build up that attraction. Funniness and pleasantries bring with them the release of oxytocin as well. Remember oxytocin? It's the feel-good love hormone that creates bonding. If you and your crush can laugh together, there is a good chance that you're able to work to build up that attraction over time. Laughter also creates dopamine. That's why laughing feels so good to us when we do it. It is a rewarding activity that can actually help us immensely. Of course, we talked about dopamine and attraction earlier as well. This is why finding time to laugh together matters so much. This is probably why we tend to find people more attractive when they can make us laugh as well. We get that flooding of good hormones that helps us, and as a result, we want to pursue that person more. You are able to find all sorts of different ways to make your crush laugh at you in a good way. You could do something unexpected, or you could surprise them with a gift that they would love. You could go to a comedy show together for your date. as a way to tie this step in with the last. You could choose to tell jokes, or you could embrace your own inner comedian to make them laugh. No matter what you choose to do, however, one thing is certain. The more that they laugh at you, the better your relationship will be over time. If you do not manage to get that coveted attraction, at least you have established a solid friendship. This is a great way to push attraction to stay around as well. If you and the other person can laugh together, you will find that you are both happier. Increase physical contact. Physical contact will also help you to build up attraction as well. Not only is it one of the major signs of attraction, but it is also good for intimacy and developing it over time. You will feel closer to someone else if you're able to touch them. No, this does not mean that you need to find a way to sleep with them if you or he have any objections to doing so. However, there are very real benefits to being willing to touch each other. You will both find that you feel more trusting of each other. Like laughter, touching creates the release of oxytocin. As you release oxytocin, you then release dopamine as well, which can help you to build up that attraction with each other. This is a surefire way to help your chances, and while it's not perfect, it will help you. Oxytocin itself is highly powerful, and when you trigger it through touch, you up the chances that you will bond together. It will make both of you feel more empathetic and more likely to work together. It makes you feel more grateful and trusting as well. Touch does not have to be intense either. You are able to give him a quick hug when you meet or separate, or you're able to touch his hand lightly when you're talking. Even a squeeze of the hand could show it. Touch is imperative if you do have attraction already present in the relationship. It works to maintain that sense of physical intimacy for many of those same reasons. It works well to provide you with that sense of attraction to each other. Do something exhilarating together. Did you know that adrenaline heightens emotions? Studies have found that in particular, adrenaline is able to influence the levels of attraction and arousal. This means that you are able to naturally boost your attractiveness just by doing something exhilarating together. If you want to trigger the other person to see you as attractive, then you would want to encourage them to do something that would require both of you to be filled with that adrenaline. Roller coasters are great for this, as are other activities that would be considered traditionally exhilarating. If you're able to get those hormones pumping, you will have far more luck. Essentially, this works because emotional arousal is created by adrenaline. During the release of adrenaline, you effectively cause other hormones to release that create more attraction between the two people. The physical arousal to indulge in your inner daredevil. You have the other options too. In particular, you are able to watch exhilarating movies. Perhaps this is the day that you both decide to watch a suspense or thriller movie together. The idea is that you end up misattributing the heightened arousal. When the adrenaline starts pumping, the people tend to misinterpret it. If you trigger that arousal in the man that you're pursuing, and you both know there is no real danger to either of your lives, he will end up displaying the signs of arousal, the racing heart and the feelings as being attraction. The idea then is that you're able to encourage those feelings. You will win him over. He might realize that he actually is attracted to you and decide that he does want to pursue you, and you wind up satisfied, knowing that you won him over for yourself. This works to maintain that emotional connection as well. If you are already in a relationship, you're able to keep the attraction going by strongly making sure you both apply yourselves to each other. It is possible that this is because the intensity of the adrenaline leaves you feeling supported by being closer to your partner, while your partner feels needed, which means that both of you get that boost that you were looking for. This is highly important to both of you. You need this sort of connection if you want a lasting, long-term relationship. Shower them with attention. Another way to help boost attraction in the target of your affection is through showering them with attention. Now, you will have to have a bit of a balancing act here. You cannot go overkill, or you may drive him away. However, if you are too inattentive, he's going to assume that you do not care anyway. You need to find that careful middle ground so that you're able to be certain that you're on the right track to make sure that you get that attraction you're looking for. Let's face it, everyone loves it when they get a bit of extra attention. While there are a few shyer people that may hate being the center of attention, they're not too common, especially in men. If you want to win them over, the best thing that you're able to do is work harder to attract them. When you show him your attention, and you prove that it's not going anywhere, you will realize that you're able to actually make a big difference. They will see that you are attracted to them, and sometimes that's enough. Showering them with attention is essential to build up that emotional attachment. That is what you need if you hope to find something that will be longer lasting. You need the attraction and affection to build. No matter whether you like someone that you're not yet involved with, or you're trying to keep attraction present in your current relationship, making sure that you pay attention to them shows them that you care. After all, if you were uninterested, you would not bother with spending time showing them your attention in the first place. Make yourself vulnerable. We've already touched upon the fact that men like some vulnerability when they're looking at potential partners. Vulnerability shows that you are real, and it also helps to win them over. Men love to hear when someone is vulnerable. They will cling to the words that you say, and he'll be far more interested in you. They want to be with someone that can be vulnerable because to be vulnerable is to show that you feel safe with them. When you pair that with the fact that men have the biological instinct to provide and protect their mate, you realize that through making yourself vulnerable, you show them you are in need. He sees that you need someone to help you, and he is much more willing to help, to be that thing that they need. This might sound like you need to make yourself needy, but that is the opposite of what you're doing here. You want to make sure that you are showing that you have weakness without showing him that you will be utterly dependent. There is a line between being needy and vulnerable that you will need to respect. Your vulnerability will help you create that safe space both of you need, so that you're able to go to each other. If you're not sure where to start, you can start by showing that sometimes you are afraid. You can show that you are not right constantly by admitting faults. You're able to show that you have flaws that you worry about. Talking about these and getting real with your partner or partner prospect will help him to realize that you are a person. You are more attractive when you show your flaws because those flaws can make you real. Those flaws make it clear that you are a genuine person that needs help. It shows that you are someone that can get down to earth and be relatable. If you worry that you will get too heavy on those first few dates, don't worry. You do not have to get into any serious baggage or trauma, but it's okay to get past the simple, safe topics. You can talk about your hopes and dreams. It's okay to talk about what you want or what you do not want in life to some extent. While you should not be pushing marriage or how many babies that you want or other topics that would be highly presumptive, it is okay to show some interest in the future, your dreams, and the things that you want to do with yourself. Be genuine. Genuine attitudes will always win out over superficial ones that are meant to hide who you really are. If you want to get farther with people, you have to make sure that you are showing them who you really are. This is especially true if you're trying to show them that you are a real person that wants to be respected, and show them the respect you have got as well. This matters with men. They want to know that they see the true you, even if that is less than perfect. Perfection is not important. They just want to know that they can connect to the other person. What matters them more than anything else is being able to relate and connect. Genuine people are willing to admit when they're wrong and will be more than happy to tell other people what they've done. They will admit fault whenever fault needs to be admitted, and they are more than happy to do so. Genuine people are entirely happy doing whatever they can to help out. They will gladly get along more with people that they trust. If you want him to be attracted to you, you have to make sure that he wants to be around you in the first place as your first step. Of course, being genuine goes a long way in maintaining attraction as well. If you are already in a relationship with someone, they're going to want to feel like they can trust you. They want to know that they are in a relationship with the real deal, not with someone that they think that they know. This is where that idea of genuine nature comes into play. They want to be able to relate to their partner. If they feel like they're being lied to, they're going to have very little incentive to make any progress with getting along in the first place. Maintaining attraction long-term. When you are already in a relationship, you know that maintaining that spark with each other is crucial if you want to feel like your relationship is going to get somewhere. If you want to make sure that your partner continues to look at you like you are the only one in the room for him, you will need to make sure that spark stays there between you. Though the honeymoon period will come to an end, you are able to maintain those butterflies for far longer than you thought. In fact, if nurtured accordingly, you are able to keep those feelings of attraction indefinitely. This is done through all sorts of ways, with everything on this list so far being great starting points for your relationship as well. If you are looking to maintain that attraction long-term, consider some of these points as well. They will do wonders for keeping that spark alive. And well, so that you're able to be certain that you are truly in love with your partner. 1. Maintain eye contact regularly. This will release oxytocin in both your brains at the same time. This leaves both of you feeling great and wanting to be closer to each other as well. You and your partner should maintain eye contact on a regular basis to help yourselves feel connected. Try spending the first few minutes in the morning just gazing into each other's eyes, or do it before bed. 2. Share your good news together regularly. You want to make sure that when you do get that news that you want to share together, you bring it right to your partner. The more that you do this, the better you will both feel together. You will come to associate those good feelings together with each other instead of with just yourselves or the good news that you're sharing. 3. Ask questions about each other regularly. Even if you've been together for half a lifetime, there are questions that you are able to ask each other. You can learn to look at each other in a new light, to see what you're able to learn, and what this can teach you as well. The more that you do this, the better and sooner that you'll be able to apply yourselves to each other. Learning something new about each other should be a daily task that you use to determine the connection between each other. 4. Sleep together without clothing sometimes. This is really only applicable if you're at the stage of staying the night together. But it's a good way that you are able to begin to better your relationship with each other. When you sleep together naked, you are doing a few things. You are building that sexual tension that will help to keep the attraction strong. But you're also getting the benefit of being close enough to touch each other, which will help you to bond and connect better. 5. Tell each other that you appreciate the relationship. The more that you acknowledge that you are grateful for each other, the better you will both feel together as well. You will find that you are able to relate better because you both feel appreciated as well. That admission of gratitude and appreciation is a great way to make your partner feel like they're not just wasting their time with you. 6. Be spontaneous in your relationships as well. Over long-term relationships, your brain adjusts to the situation around it. If you always get ready for bed the same way, it's no longer special. You might find yourself bored with the routine. However, if you're spontaneous, you make your brain realize that it has to pay attention to what has just happened to process it. Your brain likes new things, and therefore you keep the novelty in your relationship. Go out for the impromptu date night. Have fun. Be silly together. This is great for your relationship if you do it regularly, and it can help you both want to maintain that lifelong bond with each other. 7. Learn each other's love languages and use them regularly. When you apply the love language of your partner, you are providing them with that connection in a much deeper manner. By following your partner's love language, you show him that you hear him. You show him that you are paying attention and taking his preferences into consideration, because you care about him and want to make sure that you spend your time together accordingly. You want to do what you're able to do to make sure that he feels loved, even if that means showing that love in a way that you normally would not consider.